Well, welcome back, everybody, or maybe it's the first time you're seeing it. With my friend Esteban, we're taking another flight. We're flying back for a little meal up in New England. Time to exercise plane, show Esteban the plane, and continue a little flying practice, which is very important. Got to stay current. So we filed IFR. And we'll be picking that up shortly. Start our test. We're doing a battery start. This is probably an old military strip, judging by the runway length. There's lots of these around the country, and they're good. Here we got tower. Just want to check that other frequency. 27.9er, that's standing by. Squawk code. I usually like to check these things off. Just set the brake. Come on, brake. All right, we got 2,000 initial altitude. Got the frequency. Squawk 7352. That is in there. I'm going to take off runway 23 this way. Climb up to 2,000. They're going to give us radar vectors to that place, Sandy Point. Okay. We'll tell them we're ready. The Bedford Tower, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, now ready for takeoff on 23.
430 Delta Charlie, fly runway heading, runway 23, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading, 23, clear for takeoff, 0 Delta Charlie, thank you. Okay, as soon as you release the parking brake, the lights come on. It's a nice feature. A lot of things you don't have to do on this plane, they're done for you. But even on much more expensive, sensibly very sophisticated jets, are manual operations.
760 Bravo Whiskey, 2 miles.
760 Bravo Whiskey, roger. Continue and just keep it square to final.
Continue square to final, 760 Bravo Whiskey.
Got someone coming in. They did clears for takeoff. Nice long runway, but relatively long. Straighten out the wheel, hold here.
There's someone right in front of us, huh?
He's coming the other way. Yeah, don't worry about him. We're good. He's not on the runway. He's over to your right.
760 Bravo Whiskey, wind is calm. Runway 14, you're clear to land.
Right.
14, clear to land. 760
Center
Bravo.
line is good. Okay, there's V1. There's rotation speed, and we're rotating 2 good engines. And MCT on the power. Flaps are coming up. Okay. Gear is up. Climbing nicely. Both.
HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, contact departure, have a good flight.
Over to departure, 0 Delta Charlie, thank you. Here's the autopilot. Speed up. Okay, climb at 210. Okay, gonna pull some power here. To departure.
Number 95419, Providence approach.
Okay, coming into 2,000. Providence, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, 2,000 feet.
Number 430 Delta Charlie, Providence approach. Radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000.
Climb and maintain 10,000, 0 Delta Charlie, thank you.
Number 419er, squawk 0354. Southwest 1431, 5 miles from Kenty, cross Kenty, outer above 2,000, cleared ILS, runway 5 approach.
Set the speed to 210.
Exact 527, contact tower 120.7.
Okay.
E2. Number 0 Delta Charlie, expect 10,000 to be your final altitude, and I have a new routing for you as well. Advisory of the copy.
White point on the copy of the route, and what do you want for direction flight? Right now I'm just doing flight 230.
Number 430 Delta
Traffic,
Charlie,
11
maintain
o'clock,
10,000,
high, 0
That
miles.
will be your final altitude.
Wait a second.
November 419, stand by.
There's an airplane
November 0 Delta Charlie, climb and maintain 10,000.
10,000, 0 Delta Charlie, and we got a TCAS alert, but I think it was an anomaly. Do you have anybody by us?
November 0 Delta Charlie, no, I don't have anybody near New Bedford at all.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've seen it, so, okay. It's enough to wake you up, though. And for HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, so 10,000, and I was expecting radar vectors. Do you want to give me radar vectors or direct Sandy Point?
November 0 Delta Charlie, you're clear to the Farmingdale Airport via direct Calverton. That's Charlie, Charlie, Charlie. Victor 46, Deer Park, direct. When able, proceed direct Calverton.
So that was a gremlin that you saw. It said that there was a plane 1,200 feet below, above us, and then 100 feet below us, and within a second.
Number 419, fly heading 100, vector to
I've
final.
seen that before. It's just an anomaly.
It's scary, right?
Southwest 1431, contact
Especially
tower
in the night.
120.7.
Yeah, but it made no sense, but that's what
JetBlue 1196,
I just got to call her back and
join the
acknowledge
localizer.
the route when she's busy.
November 0 Delta Charlie, could you go ahead with the reback now?
Yes, ma'am. I'm just waiting for you to get a break. So 10,000 all the way, direct to Calverton, and then is it the Parts 3 arrival after that?
November 0 Delta Charlie, it's Victor 46 after Calverton to Deer Park direct.
Victor 46, Deer Park, direct 0 Delta Charlie. Thank you.
November 0 Delta Charlie, readback is correct. Change my frequency 1190.45.
119045. You know what? It's pretty clear up here. I think since I'm kind of stuck down low at 10,000 feet, I'm going to go back VFR flight following with you, if that's okay.
November 0 Delta Charlie, IFR cancellation is received. And what altitude did you want?
I'll go to 16.5. I still will head direct Calverton. And what was the thing that you said just before that?
November 0 Delta Charlie, your IFR cancellation is received. Maintain VFR. And I'll have a handoff to the center with you in a moment.
Thank you, 0 Delta Charlie. There's no clouds. So rather than get the circuitous route, and they're limiting me down to 10,000, which is very inefficient, fuel burn, speed-wise, I said,
Number 4191, descend and maintain 5,000.
So just...
They're handing you off to a different control now?
Contact Boston Center 128.75.
2875 for HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie. Thank you.
Good night. Career track 390, contact
yes.
Bradley, approach 123.905.
Yeah, that was the other thing she said. She was going to hand me up to a different controller. All right, let me call into them. Hello, Boston, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie. Currently 12,500, going to 16,500 VFR, direct Calverton.
HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, Boston Center. Good evening. The Providence altimeter 3002.
3002, 0 Delta Charlie. Thank you. Okay, so I'll explain things in a second. Okay, let me finish my checklist. Landing gear is up. Gear dampener is on. It's engaged. Flaps are up. Press levers are NCT. Flight guidance is good. Okay, pressurization is pressurizing. She was saying Calverton and then Victor, not even write it down, to Deer Park.
Flight turbulence 16,000 for 5731. How's the roger head?
Which wasn't terrible, but the fact they were holding me down at 10,000
smooth tonight.
for no good reason.
16,000.
I don't know. So I said,
731, contact
there's no clouds.
Center 135.8.
You can see all around us.
35, Embark.
Actually, a very clear day. So, heck with it. I'll go visual flight rules. Once I go visual, I can control my own route. But I asked for a flight following, and that's what she said. She was going to give me a handoff to the next controller. So, does that make sense? Or am I going too fast? I know it's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot, but yeah, it makes sense.
So, in other words, instrument flight rules, they control the route, the altitude, and they're responsible for separation between planes. But on a clear night like this, assuming the TCAS is working, I've seen that anomaly before, but it does. All of a sudden, you see a plane near you.
2259, contact Boston Center 124.52. Good day.
Polo power.
2452, Jova 2269.
Power. Hello, Center, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, smooth at flight level, not flight level, at 16,500. We're direct Calverton VFR.
November 430 Delta Charlie, Boston Center. The Kennedy altimeter is 3003. I did a report of a constant light about 10 miles east of your position at 16 by an Embraer, but that's it.
Well, thanks for that heads up. We'll look. We'll be watching for that. Thank you. So, yeah, we just, instead of doing that, since they were keeping us only at 10,000 IFR, which is kind of ridiculous for a jet, and they know it, but I don't know. I don't know why they were doing that. They usually don't do that. And it's a clear night. I said, well, the heck with that. I can go visual. Now, the limit with visual flight rules, and you can see, we could probably see 50, maybe 100 miles as far as lights. It's really clear. The limit is you must be under 18,000. And then the limit, we're going west. It's even altitude plus 500. And by going east is odd altitude plus 500. So our maximum altitude, any place in the United States, if you're proceeding west, west is defined as 181 degrees to 360. In other words, that whole side of the compass is west. Is 16,500. If you're coming eastbound on that side of the compass, you can go up to 17,500.
This way you make sure that you never encounter some road.
Yeah, that's right. And that was very astute of you. That's exactly it. And then if you're IFR, the IFR routes are different by 500 feet. So it's like west is even altitude, but not the plus 500. And same thing, east is the odd altitude, but not the
0610 at Calverton.
So automatically that gives you some separation from other planes. I'm going to preview that approach plate. Yeah, Smyrna. Do this approach.
All right, Tower 610, just going to maintain 15,000.
So first, we make sure we'll get right airport, right runway, right approach. So this is a route nav, GPS approach. And we're out like way over here. We're going to come here. We're going to come down over the South Shore of Long Island to Smyrna, make a right, and come into Republic that way on a heading of 320. Very light winds. It's clear. Piece of cake. But I still set up the approach. Tell them I'm going to descend.
4430 Delta Charlie, you starting down soon?
Just about to call you. You must be, what do they call it, telepathy? Yes, for HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie. How low can you let me go? 4,500 feet?
You can, whatever you'd like, you can start down. I'll have you over to approach here in a second.
Well, I got to go over iSlip, so maybe 4,500 feet to start?
Yeah, let's do that then. 430 Delta Charlie, that's approved as requested.
Thank you, sir. Going down, 0 Delta Charlie, thanks.
All right, because you will pass close the airport of Islip, you want to make sure that you're...
Well, I'll be passing right over Islip's airspace, more or less. Now, they can give me permission to do that. I set my speed to 250 on the descent. And you see this is saying we're way high. It is a short flight. So I just brought the power back to idle. We'll catch up with that. If I needed to go down faster but not bring up speed, we have the speed brake, which is awesome. But you see, we're going to intercept that vertical guidance, and then this will start to come up.
Zulu Boston, center climb and maintain level 190.
Climb maintain 190 longbow.
So we're going to fly to the South Shore and hook some right turns, is what's going to happen. Okay, and I can...
You can actually appreciate how densely populated Long Island really is.
Yeah. Listen to ATIS. You can listen to it too.
Take care, 5731, maintain 250 now.
And approach for 0 Delta Charlie after Calverton. I'd like to head direct to Smyrna.
430 Delta Charlie, that's approved.
Thank you.
Number 430 Delta Charlie, you can contact New York approach now 125.7 and just let them know what your plan is.
25-7, we'll let them know. Have a great night, 0 Delta Charlie. Hello, New York, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, coming out at 7,000, going down to 4,500 feet, direct Smyrna.
430 Delta Charlie, New York approach, Kennedy altimeter 3006.
3006, 0 Delta Charlie, thank you.
430 Delta Charlie, contact approach 120.05.
2005, 0 Delta Charlie, thank you.
Brickyard 5731, center maintain 9,000.
9,000, Brickyard 5731.
Hello, New York, HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, 6,100 feet for 4,500 feet, currently direct Smyrna. We're going to ask for the RNAV 32 approach into Republic. We have the information.
430 Delta Charlie, New York, altimeter 3005.
3005. Can I get down lower than 4,500 feet? I know I'm crossing by Islip.
Yeah, you could 0 Delta Charlie descend at or above 2,000.
At or above 2,000, thank you.
Welcome. November 68, November, switch over to my frequency 125.97.
125.97, 68 November.
All right, slow up the speed to 200 knots. Guess we're going to be by iSlip, out of respect for iSlip. Put some power back in.
Visit 514, clear visual 24.
RIFR. Read back all runway hold short instructions, runway assignments, and altitude assignments. Advise Puppet Tower on initial contact that you have information. Kilo.
Kilo. Information kilo.
Republic Airport information Kilo 2353 Zulu observation, wind 010 at 10, visibility 10. Sky clear, temperature 13, dew point 6, altimeter 3007. Visual approach in use, landing and departing runway 1. IFR departures, advise ground control for taxi at RIFR. Read back all runway hold short instructions, runway assignments.
Now they're going to runway 1.
Advise Puppet Tower on initial.
I'm set for 3-2. I can switch. Hello, New York HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, 2,000 feet. Requesting RNAV 1 approach starting with Willock into Republic with the information.
430 Delta Charlie, New York approach. Proceed direct Wulig. Kennedy altimeter 3006.
3006, direct Willock, 0 Delta Charlie, thank you. I always like to thank them.
That's okay.
So the airport's off to the right. You can see the
430 Delta Charlie cleared into class Bravo RC, via direct Wulig, maintain 2000.
cleared into the Bravo, direct Willock, 2000, 0 Delta Charlie, thank you. Landing, gotta redo
Delta
this.
434, turn right heading 180, descend and maintain 8000.
Heading 180 down to 8000, Delta 434.
Okay, got my V speeds accepted.
Breakout 5731, contact approach 128.12.
2812, breakout 5731.
On the approach. Seatbelts, we are. Passengers have been briefed.
Delta 1538, descend and maintain
Negative
1000, Kennedy
messages,
altimeter 3006.
Approach briefing, I need order.
3000, Delta 15.
And the next thing up will be flaps. So you could see the Robert Moses there at the bridge. Pretty nice, huh? Yeah, we could have done this visual, but I like using the
728
approach.
Papa Hotel flighting 130, descend and maintain 8000.
It's a little bit longer, I got plenty of fuel, but it's also practice.
434, contact approach 128.14.
Especially before I switched approaches very quickly.
610 heavy, 10 left heading 23,
You know,
correction
it's good
250.
practice.
Heading 250.
So we're flying to Willock. Under 200 knots,
610
so
heavy, 10 left heading
within
220.
I can put down my first notch of flaps.
220
When we're between Willock and Bland, I'll put down my notch of flaps. And you'll get to see the autopilot do the approach.
Approach FedEx 764
Correctly.
heavy, flight level 190, get information Oscar.
FedEx 764 heavy, New York approach, Port LaGuardia heading 140, Victor
Pretty
Island, runway
wide
4
arch
approach.
in order to get in that direction, right?
Yeah,
FedEx
so
764.
we're going to follow this.
LaGuardia,
So
heading
we're
140,
on this magenta line,
and
and the magenta line will be between here and there, and then there.
And what's the reason for such wide bows?
New York, November 780, Echo 3000.
When they're sequencing in a lot of planes, yeah, and they could do it from the other side too. So if I brought up the chart, and I'll do that for you.
Visual approach, runway 1.
Heading 140, vectors, visual 1, 780 Echo.
728 Papa Hotel, turn right heading
So that's the
180.
chart.
Right turn 180, 728 Papa Hotel.
So it's only because we were coming from this direction. It looks.
728 Papa Hotel, turn maintain 2000.
Down at 2000, 728 Papa Hotel.
430 Delta Charlie, 3 miles from Bland, cross Bland at 2000, cleared RNAV GPS runway 1 approach, maintain VFR at all times.
Maintain VFR. We are VFR 2000 until Bland. Clear for the approach. 0 Delta Charlie. Thank you.
FedEx 764 heavy, descend and maintain 13000, Kennedy altimeter 3006.
FedEx 764.
Don't you like the speed at which they talk? We're not in Kansas anymore.
Delta 1538, you want to find a heading?
It's the big boys and girls.
610 heavy, 10 left heading 200.
Okay, flaps are down.
200 heading 610.
The next thing is landing here. So I have my checklist. You can see the approach plate. You can see it over here. You can see traffic.
New York approach, Port LaGuardia heading 140, Victor
I
Island, runway 4
have tower
approach.
standing by.
Heading 140,
Yeah, there's a lot of, it's like a party line. It's an organized party line. So it's going to turn in. It's going to anticipate the turn. Make a nice smooth turn.
Mr. Jet 736, just confirm you want this on heading
I can hand
140.
fly it like I did before in the other approach. Or I can let the computer do it
736, affirmative.
and monitor it.
Thank you.
Pretty straightforward. I mean, I know where the
780
airport
Echo,
is.
reduce to 180.
Split 180, 83 Echo. Roger Delta 383, what's the
That's where the red lights are?
383 New York approach, Port LaGuardia heading 140, Victor Island, runway 4 right approach.
No, it'll
Port
be over there.
LaGuardia heading
A little bit more
140
to the right.
for
You'll
Port
see
right
it in a
Delta
minute.
383.
If you look here,
610 heavy, contact approach
you can see it's going to be over
128.12.
there.
128.2, fine.
No, not over there.
Jet 736, descend and
See
maintain
how we're turning?
13000, Kennedy
Yep.
altimeter 3006.
Descend maintain 13000, QNH.
Next thing up is landing gear.
Delta 1538, contact approach 128.12.
2812, Delta 1538.
So smooth. You could feel like you're in your easy chair at home, right?
It's amazingly smooth.
Yeah.
Direct 736, center maintain 13,000, Kennedy altimeter
All right,
3006.
now the runway's in front of us.
Those red lights.
Descending 13,000 feet, QNH 3006, pitch at 6.
Delta 383, descend and maintain 13,000, Kennedy altimeter 3006.
Down to 13,000, Delta 383.
Approach Embark 107, heavy.
Vertical track.
Flight level 190.
430, Delta Charlie, contact Republic Tower 118.8.
Oh, the tower, good night. 0, that's Charlie. Okay, gears coming down.
780, Echo, turn right heading 190.
Going to tower frequency. Okay, gears down. Next thing will be last notch of flaps. Bring my seat up. Hello, Republic. HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie coming home with the information on the RNAV 1 approach, 2,000 feet.
HondaJet 430 Delta Charlie, public tower, runway 1, clear to land.
Clear to land 10 Delta Charlie, thank you. All right, next thing up will be my last notch of flaps and maintaining my V speed, which was 112, which is marked here. So you can see the VASIs on the light. Those are called, on the left, those are called VASIs. And I see 2 white, 2 red, so we're now lined up on the 3-degree glide slope coming in. And I could go ahead and put my last notch of flaps in, get it off my checklist. Last notch coming down. It is. And now I'm just managing airspeed. And I'll be kicking off the autopilot. The last drink. So when you're single pilot in a jet, I used to hand fly my Meridian a lot. I still like to hand fly this, but they really, really, really want you to use the autopilot because it's like a co-pilot. It's like another pilot, and it is good. The Garmin autopilot's unbelievable. I've had it in, like, pretty significant turbulence, and it doesn't let go. Where you would think that sometimes the pilot would say, the autopilot would say, I've had enough fun. It's your plane.
Yeah.
Your turn to fly. All right, we're going to slow it down here so you can see the 2 white, 2 red.
Yeah.
And I'll get my feet ready. And he's cleared us to land. And for giggles, I'll kick off the autopilot. Autopilot's now off. I'm hand flying. Up here. I went 112 over the numbers. Come up a little bit. Power out. Up. Down. Top left. It's like a video game.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's best just to think of that. Like, all right, I'm playing a video game.
500.
How many crashes do you have left in your game?
I've never crashed this video game, so maybe that's not a good analogy then, right? Okay, coming into speed, right on glide slope, down a bit, up a bit.
Wind 020.
Thank you.
Feels like you're just
Gliding, right?
gathering, yeah.
I got pulled back a little bit on the speed, come down.
Minimums.
So that's how close we could get if it was really like foggy. Okay, pull back on the
Republic
speed.
Tower, November 780, Echo,
Right,
visual
speed ref.
1, Park in Republic West.
Pull back on the speed. Nose up, nose up.
Feels so slow.
Go through 780, Echo, Republic Tower. You said
Power
you
to
got the GPS?
Okay, gears down, final
Negative
check.
visual for 1
Powers
and
out.
Park in
I
Republic
want to
West.
land.
Hey,
Put those
Echo,
wheels
this is
down.
your
Right
description,
about
runway 1 clear to
those
land,
white
the wind
marks are.
01010.
And I did. That's
Runway 1
1,000
clear to
foot
land,
marker.
780, Echo, thanks.
4,000.
And applying brakes. Not smoking them, just nice, easy.
3,000.
1,000.
On the Jet 0 Delta Charlie, when able to say park.
Atlantic.
Roger, turn left, Bravo 4, taxi to Atlantic via Bravo, cross runway 14, this frequency, has the Jet 0 Delta Charlie.
Okay, left here, Bravo 4, cross runway 14 with you to Atlantic 0 Delta Charlie, thank you. Okay, that was good. So you see we have plenty of runway left, which is the idea. So if it was a crappy night, I would, with like a lot of rain or something, I would be much firmer on the brakes. But that was good. He said make a left there on Bravo 4, taxi down this taxiway. I can cross this other runway 32, 14. Stay with him on the freak. So you can see someone's coming in and landing. Just look left and right. So what'd you think?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Really a fantastic experience. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Yeah, well, you're a very good passenger. Very calm, cool, and collected. Ooh, back here.
Which airplanes are the most sophisticated jets? Gulfstream?
Well, it depends.
What makes them so...
Like, this is really up there as far as sophistication, but now what you're talking about is, as far as speed and max passengers and distance. I mean, you got, Gulfstreams, Falcons are very good. All right. Okay, speed brake is retracted. Landing flaps. One thing I always forget to do is on landing, when your wheels touch, you can put out the speed brake. It's supposed to help a little bit.